All right, let's talk about taking out the trash. I know, it's a chore we all do. Just a normal part of city life, right? But what if I told you that simple, kind of boring act is about to get a massive tech upgrade? Yeah, get ready, because we're going to dive into how robots are poised to completely change the way our cities deal with all that garbage. No, really, think about that for a second. What if your trash just took itself out? You wouldn't have to remember which day is collection day, no more dragging heavy bins down to the curb. It sounds like a small thing, right? But it's actually the doorway to a much bigger conversation about what our cities are going to look like in the future. And this is why we need to have that conversation, like right now. 2.0, 1 billion tons. That is a mind-boggling number. That's how much solid waste our cities across the globe generate every single year. We're talking about a literal mountain of a problem, and guess what? It's only getting bigger. So that huge number brings us right to the heart of the matter. The mega-city trash crisis. I mean, we're talking about these massive urban centers, cities with more than 10 million people, and they're growing faster than ever. The old ways of handling trash? They just can't keep up. Our current systems are completely and totally overwhelmed.
And you know, it's so important to get this straight. This isn't just about things being a little messy or an eyesore. When a city can't manage its waste, it spirals into a massive threat to public health. It's an absolute disaster for the local environment, and it puts a hard stop on any plans for sustainable city living.
Okay, so let's really break down the old way of doing things. First off, manual collection is incredibly tough, often dangerous work for sanitation staff. For the cities themselves, it's a huge expense. We're talking high operational costs for fuel, for labor, you name it. The routes are totally fixed and inefficient. You've got trucks driving to bins that are half empty, while just down the street, others are overflowing. And the whole process leaves a massive environmental footprint. But here's the kicker. After all that money and effort, we get almost zero useful data back. It's an expensive, inefficient black box. All right, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly. Now, let's get to the fun part, the solution. And trust me, it's a really exciting one. It's time to talk about the rise of the waste robots. And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. This is a real, practical, and powerful answer to one of the biggest challenges our cities are facing. So, when we say waste robots, what are we actually talking about? Well, it's not just one thing. It's a whole ecosystem. Think of it like this. You've got robotics doing the heavy lifting, the physical work. You've got artificial intelligence, or AI, making all the smart decisions. And it's all connected by a huge network of sensors feeding it real-time data. And the big goal? To manage all that trash with the most efficiency possible, and frankly, with as little human intervention as needed. So, let's meet the new sanitation crew. First up, you've got your autonomous collection vehicles. These are the workhorses, cruising around day and night. Then, at the sorting facilities, you have these incredibly fast AI-powered robots that can separate recyclables with a precision that's, well, literally superhuman. You could even have drones flying overhead, monitoring big areas for illegal dumping. But it all starts right there on the street, with the real brains of the operation, smart bins that actually know when they're full and can call for a pickup all on their own. Okay, so we've got the crew, we've got the tech, but how does it all come together to hit that ultimate goal? What exactly is the automated advantage? Well, it all boils down to creating cities that are fundamentally safer, way smarter, and a whole lot cleaner for every single one of us. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. It's a total night and day difference. On one hand, you have a high-risk job for people. On the other, it becomes low risk because the robots are taking over the most dangerous tasks. Efficiency, it just skyrockets. You go from a 9-to-5 style system to one that can operate 24/7. And data? This is huge. Instead of getting basically nothing, cities get this fire hose of rich insights they can use to plan better. The end result is a cleaner, totally optimized system with a much lower environmental impact. It's a win-win-win. And we're not talking about small, incremental improvements here. Just look at these numbers. We're talking about a potential jump in efficiency of over 60%, a 90% improvement in worker safety simply by taking people out of harm's way, and a 100% increase in data. I mean, that's because we're going from pretty much zero data to a constant flowing stream of useful information. For a city planner, that is an absolute game changer. Okay, but let's be real for a second. Kicking off a revolution like this is never easy. It's super important to be realistic about the challenges that lie ahead. So let's take a look at the real-world hurdles that are on the path to this automated future. And it's probably no surprise that the single biggest barrier taking up that huge slice of the pie
is the high initial cost. I mean, this tech is expensive, but right behind that is another massive challenge. How do you integrate these shiny new systems with a city's existing infrastructure, which might be decades old? Then you've got to write a whole new rulebook for public policy and regulations. And finally, and this is a big one, we have to have a serious conversation about the very real concerns over job displacement for the folks currently working in sanitation.
So even with those challenges in mind, let's look past them for a moment. What does the finish line actually look like? How do we build tomorrow's clean city by weaving this incredible technology into the very fabric of our urban lives? It really works as this seamless, intelligent loop. So picture this. It all starts on your street, when a smart bin sends out a signal saying, "Hey, I'm full." Instantly, an AI brain plans the most fuel-efficient route for a fleet of autonomous vehicles to go pick it up. After collection, the waste is taken to a facility where robots sort all the materials with incredible accuracy. And here's the magic part. All the data from that whole cycle feeds right back into the system. The city now knows that, say, a specific neighborhood produces way more recyclable plastic on weekends. So what can they do? They can launch a targeted recycling campaign there, or maybe just add more recycling bins exactly where they're needed most. It's about being proactive instead of just constantly reacting.
And this quote, I think, just puts everything into perspective. It says, "The true measure of a smart city isn't just its connectivity, but its ability to sustainably manage its own footprint." It's so true. Being a smart city isn't just about having great Wi-Fi. It's about using tech to solve these fundamental real-world problems, to become more sustainable, and to properly manage the impact we have on our planet. So, what's the bottom line here? The technology isn't science fiction anymore. It's here, and it's getting better and faster every day. Our cities are on this clear path to becoming smarter, more responsive, more automated. So the real question, it's not about the tech anymore. It's about us. Our cities are getting smarter. Are we ready for them?